Most guys think the only way to build muscle is to basically live in the gym, doing 6 day splits, 2 hour plus workouts. But the truth is, you don't need any of that. You can build a strong and aesthetic physique with less than 4 hours a week if you follow what I'm about to lay out in this video. And I've helped thousands of guys understand that you don't need to train like a bodybuilder just to look good and be strong for everyday life. So if you're new to the channel, I post videos on free routines, meal plans, tips, and just all the tools needed to take you from average to jacked in the most simplified way I can possibly teach it. Because I used to be overwhelmed at all of the studies and contradictions and wasted a lot of time jumping from program to program. So feel free to browse my other videos if you still have questions after this one, as I've probably answered it at some point. And this routine is what I'd give to someone who doesn't want their entire identity to be the gym. I personally want the gym to complement my life, not consume it. And I promise I don't mean this harsh at all, but I don't actually care what you do. It's your life, and who am I to judge you based on your gym routine? And I say this because I get comments from guys that get triggered by me saying to train less and be in the gym less. For some guys, going to the gym daily is what keeps them sane. If you want to go to the gym every day and it works for you, then do that. I'm just here to share a different perspective. So here's the big idea. Most people fail in the gym because they're doing way too much. Too many sets, too many days, too many exercises. They train all this time, but they never actually recover. And if you're not recovering, you're not growing. It's plain and simple. And think about it like this. Imagine trying to grow a plant by watering it 10 times a day. Makes no sense at all, right? Because more water doesn't make it grow faster, it's gonna drown it. And the steroided out bodybuilders can get away with training so much because they have 10 times or even 100 times the recovery ability than you do. So that's why it can be dangerous taking their advice that more is better. So let's now talk about the actual routine I'd recommend to you if you want the gym to complement your life and not consume it. On upper day, I'd keep it to 2 push movements, 2 pull movements, and then a shoulder, tricep, and bicep for isolation. That's it. You don't need 7 different chest angles and 4 back machines. Pick compound movements, your key accessories, get strong at them, and then stick with them. On lower day, I'd start with a squat or leg press variation, then move to a quad movement, a hamstring knee flexion, a hamstring hinge, calves, and then you can finish with core if you want to train abs. Again, this is nothing crazy or complex. And the sets and reps are going to be even simpler. We're going to just do 2 to 3 for each exercise, and this is all going to depend on you and how much you want to do. And then just stick to 6 to 10 on the compound movements or 8 to 12 on the accessories. On the smaller movements like shoulder, tricep, and bicep work, I like to stick with 8 to 12, but sometimes I'll even push it up to 15 just depending on the movement. And then as far as rest times for the bigger movements is going to be around 2 minutes to 3 minutes, and then 1 minute for the smaller movements. Every one of you guys will have individual needs, so make the adjustments in real time. But I want you to understand this. The routine alone isn't what makes this work. It's the progression, and I keep this just as simple. If I hit the top of my rep range on all sets with good form, I add weight the next week. If I can't, I stay there until I can. So let's say you currently lift 70s on the dumbbell incline press. So we're gonna think 70 pounds in each hand, so 140 pounds total. If I was coaching you, I'd have you start off with 6 reps across all the sets. The next week, so let's say you got 6 reps across, all 3 sets. The next week, your goal would be 7 on your first one, and then 6 on the other 2. So it would be 7 on the first set, and then 6, 6. And then you just keep doing that week after week until you've eventually built up to 10 reps. You're then going to increase the weight by maybe 2.5 or 5 pounds, depending on what dumbbells you have, and then drop back to 6. I've got a lot of critique on this saying that there's no way to do this if you're training to failure, as you won't be able to match sets. So I say get, 7, 7, 7, and then 8, 8, 8. If you were using this method to train to failure, for one, I would do less total sets. Two, you can just aim to beat your reps instead of matching them. So let's say you're doing 2 sets. Maybe your first set you get all the way up to 8, and then your second set is 6 because you're training to failure and you can't match them. The next week, just simply aim for 9 and 7. That's still progression. And the key is that you challenge yourself, you recover from that challenge, adapt from that challenge, and then repeat. I promise you guys, if you do this long enough, growth is going to be inevitable. Because if you take your bench press from 135 pounds for 5 reps all the way up to 225 for 5 reps, your chest is going to be bigger, your triceps are going to be bigger, you overall are going to have much more muscle. And it's not super flashy with all these percentages and ramping sets or reverse pyramid and all these spreadsheets, but it works. The reason I love this routine is because it's balanced and it's built for aesthetics and strength. You can run it 3 days or 4 if you have the time. Even though though this isn't what I follow now because I'm simply experimenting after training for 10 years, this is the exact approach I used to go from skinny and average to where I am now. Once I stopped following bodybuilders in the 6 day splits with high volume, I finally stayed consistent. I focused on getting stronger at a handful of movements and gave my body the recovery it actually needed. So I hope this video was helpful. I just want to say I give away everything for free on this channel. So once again, if you still have questions, go back through my videos. I've talked about deloads, meal plans, other routines. There's just so many videos that cover so many different things. But if you still have questions and if you want the step-by-step version of this routine and many more, how to progress week to week, how to eat for your goals, what to do when you stall, mindset, community, and just tons more, basically everything I teach in like 100x the detail. That's exactly why I built my A2J program and also the community. I literally created it for my younger self who was lost and confused, and it's the plan I wish I had when I started. The link is going to be in the description or the pinned comment if you're interested. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Peace.